Start that again. Fundamentals of Health, Part 2, Vitamin D. Green drink. Okay, let's talk about vitamin D, baby. Basically, the one thing that I tell everyone across the board when it comes to any illness, disease, viruses, bacteria, anything, I say, what is your vitamin D level? And most people say, I get in the sun all the time. It's fine. I live on an island, and hey, Amy, and I've only seen one person with adequate vitamin D. And we will get to why that is later. But vitamin D is an essential part of your immune system. So many functions are dependent on vitamin D and adequate levels. So it's called a genetic modulator, and that's a big word, for basically turning off and on your genetic expression. So you hear things in the cancer community saying, I have this gene or that gene, or I have the MTHFR gene or the COMT gene. And basically that is just a genetic possibility as far as whether it will express itself or not, whether it will cause symptoms or disease or not. And vitamin D helps modulate that in a good way. So keep the SNPs turned down or up, depending on what it's supposed to do, but leads more towards health. The lab ranges that I go by are different than what traditional medical doctors, which we will call allopathic physicians, integrative practitioners, two different worlds. One, the allopathic world uses a range of 30 to 100. My range is more like 60 to 100. Depending on your age, level of activity, what you want out of life, how much you're go. So if you're a athlete, you would need more. Race, ethnicity, all that stuff factors into it. But basically, anything under 60, you need to supplement. And the supplement is very, very specific because it needs cofactors. So again, the range for functional, optimal, 60 to 100. Most of the time when you're at the doctor and you get a lab test for vitamin D, the computer's not going to flag you unless you're under 30. And if you're under 30, you are fracked up, baby. That's pretty much everybody in Walmart at midnight. If you want to be like that average, then go right ahead. But it needs to be above 60. When you supplement, or when you're choosing to supplement, you need to make sure your D3 comes with K2. There's a lot of poor, bad, flawed research out there when it comes to how dangerous vitamin D is. Vitamin D is only potentially dangerous at extremely high levels and without vitamin K2. K2 helps protect against heart calcification. So basically, your supplement needs to have D3 and K2 together and have a adequate amount of that vitamin D. When you go into the dark months, you'll just obviously get less vitamin D. And hit the statistic, which you know me, I don't do numbers, but around 86-85% of American adults are deficient in vitamin D. And that would mean under 30. So deficient, severely deficient. And unfortunately 95% or 96% of children, which is alarming because children should have adequate levels of vitamin D. All right, so why do we have these poor levels? You need a few things when it comes to vitamin D. First, if you're supplementing, you have to have the right supplement. And it's not just enough to just supplement. You need to get in the sun. Every day I get in the sun. And you notice that I don't wear anything over my torso when I'm in the sun, because your torso has the largest amount of vitamin D receptors. So males, their male parts do too, but our vitamin D receptors predominantly are on our trunk. So when you go outside and you expose your face and your arms. It sounds like a herd of elephants up there. I'm in the basement where I'm hiding. If you're just exposing your face and your arms and your legs, you're not getting adequate exposure. The exposure needs to be on your trunk, and most people over a certain age say, oh, I'm not going to show my stomach because the neighbors, blah, blah, blah. Well, the neighbors aren't the one going to get sick. It's going to be you. So if you can, it doesn't have to be forever. You don't have to actually technically lay out. You just go outside, get a sports bra on, dudes, take your shirt off, and get, 10, 20 minutes of sun exposure on your trunk. That is extremely important in the wintertime. And yes, I do have clients in Europe, all over Europe, in Ireland, and they have to get sun as well. So you can bundle up everything else, get your trunk exposed to the sun daily, even if it's cloudy. So you have to have sun exposure. You have to have adequate levels of cholesterol, because that's very important. That's how you make the vitamin D. And the proper supplement with K2. So I continue to say that the vitamin D is a vitamin. It doesn't act like a vitamin. It acts like a hormone in the body. That was just flawed labeling, I suppose. But vitamin D has been correlated to severity of symptoms and duration of illness with all viral situations. That's all I'm going to say about that. So one of the easiest and most effective ways to prevent a severe reaction to any viral infection is to make sure you have adequate levels of vitamin D above 60. Now, once infected, you don't need to take them. Take the vitamin D, but that's a whole nother story. If you want to know more about that, get the immune protocol from Evolve. But vitamin D, like I said, it is completely essential for immune function. Let me check my time real quick, because you know how I am. I'm on the baby's iPad. Okay, a few more minutes. Good. If y'all have any questions, let me know. But like I said, I live on an island and I don't see adequate levels of vitamin D. Now here is just a personal, tidbit that I've noticed over the years, but I've kept close watch on it. Every single cancer client I've ever worked with, every consultation for cancer I have ever taken over 15 years, every single one of them had inadequate levels of vitamin D. So the two correlators that I've found for cancer in my practice, and it's backed up by research as well, but in my practice is inadequate sleep and low levels of vitamin D. All right? So don't just assume that you have enough vitamin D because you get in the sun or you live on an island like I do. You need to get it tested. And let's talk really quick about testing. Anybody in this country, I don't know about other countries, but in this country can get any test they want. You can order your own labs. I can order your labs for you. You can go to your practitioner and say, listen, I want a vitamin D added to my CBC or whatever you're getting. Any doctor can do it. Now, whether they will do it or not is another story. You literally need to flip the way that you think about. The doctor works for you, not the other way around. So if I wanted to go and get my lab for vitamin D tested 5 times today and 5 times tomorrow, I can. Now, that would be a waste of money, of course, but you see my point. You can get your labs tested for anything you want. It is your body. When you get it tested, make sure it's above 60. If you're an athlete or younger, you might need a little bit more than that. Supplement if it's under that. And then once it gets to around 80, you don't have to supplement anymore. Last time, I don't supplement right now. I get in the sun for about an hour every day. I have extremely high levels of fat, so I don't need it. My level was 114, which is not dangerous, but it is high, so I don't need to supplement. So do you recommend vitamin D supplement or only more sunshine? You need to get a supplement if your levels are underneath 60. And do not wait for your practitioner to tell you that it's low, because they will not flag it unless it's under 30. So if your levels are under 30, sorry about that, guys, then you should be literally like on death's door, okay? So that's the only time it's acceptable, and I don't really accept that either. But for most people above 60, you're going to see more deficiencies in the African American populations, so you have to be very careful about that. This knowledge is not out there, but if you are under 60, you need to get a supplement with vitamin D3 and K2 combined to protect against heart calcification. Now, here's the deal. When you go to the doctor and you do flag under 30, this is what they're going to say. Come back once a week and get an injection or a pill that is 50,000 units. Now, if you think about it logically, a human is supposed to go outside and receive sunlight throughout the day. So the way that I supplement my clients is either once or twice a day, smaller dosages. All right, so 10,000 in the morning, 10,000 in the evening if you're severe deficient. If you're only moderately deficient, 5,000 in the morning, 5,000 in the evening. But 50,000 units once a week, and that injection does not have K2 with it. So you are fracking yourself up. I'm trying not to curse on here. But that can lead to heart calcifications, and it doesn't really help. Your body can't absorb it. So although your serum levels might go up, your symptomology or your symptoms and your propensity to get disease and infection, cancer and so on, will still be there. So that to me is the easiest. Get sunshine. Eat healthy fats, get adequate above 170 total cholesterol, and then if you need to supplement. Another really good supplement if you are like kids, like my kids, they take fermented cod liver oil. That's a hard word to say. Fermented cod liver oil. It has all the fat soluble, so A, D, E, and K. So the fat soluble vitamins in a nice whole food type of supplement. That's a very good one, especially for children. But you need to have adequate levels of magnesium. You need to have your K2, and then again, when in doubt, if you can't find a practitioner, if you don't want to pay for the test, when in doubt, you're probably going to be within that 85% range unless you're getting outside running around naked every day. Assume, and a safe dose is 5,000 units with D3 and K2. Hey, Pixie, are you still at work? What time is it? You're probably still at work. Behave, Pixie. How do I get them to take it? Pixie, they're at my house. Just take them. I'm just kidding. If you do need a supplement, one that is medical grade, this is not by any means, this is not a advertisement, because I don't want people to say, oh my gosh, she's just a horrible person for selling supplements. Apparently that is a thing. But I sell medical grade supplements, and that is completely different than the health food stores. Whole Foods or any kind of health food store, that's over-the-counter supplements, and that might be a good brand. I'm not saying that all over-the-counter brands are bad, but you don't get any testing. You don't have a standard there. Like pharmaceutical drugs have standards and certifications, third-party certifications. So medical grade nutraceuticals have those same standards. So you have to get them from a practitioner, a medical doctor. I sell them. You have to be a patient of mine. So if you want access to them, just direct message me and I'll send you a link, and then you'll become my patient and all that good stuff. But vitamin D is very, very, very safe. So don't listen. Like, there's a lot of crap on the news right now, just complete and utter crap about how dangerous vitamin D is. It's not. Some of those studies, not to get super nerdy, but they were with rodents, obviously, and it was 500 times the dose of what would be considered normal in any way. So, and it wasn't like they died. They just developed like heart calcification because they didn't have the K2 with it. So, don't take 500 times the dosage, and don't be a rat. The cod liver oil from Green Pastures, that's a very good one. It's over-the-counter Green Pastures fermented cod liver oil. I don't sell cod liver oil, but that one is a very good brand. I would recommend the cinnamon flavor, and my boys actually crave it, or 2 out of the 3 did. It tastes like fish. Tastes nasty, but when our friends come over, I just pop it. You can get the syringe, and you can syringe it, or you can take a pill. But that is the fermented cod liver oil. If you're trying to get your number up to move really fast and you're an adult, I would use just the D3K2 blend, either 5,000 or 10,000. Make sure that that's combined. 1,000 is not going to really make much of a difference. But what else? Vitamin D makes you smart. Hey, look, this is what I brought down here. This is what I was going to do. Is this better? I think it makes me look smarter. I have oil. In the South, we say oil, but it's O-I-L, oil. I have oil, not cod liver oil, but I have oil in my hair because I'm about to wash it. So I was like, I need to put a hat on because I'm going to look skeezy. And I just like to wear this just throughout the day to embarrass the boys. But I don't know. Melissa hasn't told me whether I should or shouldn't. If that, I'm sure it's very cute. And I'm super sweaty because I just worked out too. But Amy, hey, you can come over and we can have a fermented cod liver oil party. It is not unusual for me to dose people when they come to the house. Just, hey, welcome, come in. And some people give like tea or coffee. I just say, hey, open your mouth. Boom, cod liver oil. That's why nobody comes over. Pixie, I'll give you all that stuff when you come over. You need the elf one. What elf one? I don't like elves. The baby's an elf. I don't do the elf on the shelf. It creeps me out. Melissa's texting me probably something. Melissa's my business partner. So this is me and Melissa. Melissa is all the beautiful techie program put together, and I'm the nerd. So I'm going to try to do this 30-minute little chat on something simple like vitamin D. Hopefully everybody's covered it. You can watch it again. You can share it with people. And since we are having such a huge problem with our advertising because apparently we sell health and that is not on the market these days, please share our programs. We are literally trying to help people, as many people as possible, because I'm typically full as a coach. And so the programs help, other people. It's the best way to help people over the holiday season while we're drinking too much wine and eating too many goodies. Thank you, Al. My smile, the oil pulling makes the smile better. So that being said, every Friday I'm going to try to talk. If you want a specific, we can talk about anything. We can talk about mentality. We can talk about heart health. We can talk about pelvic floor strengthening. We can talk about woo-woo. We can talk about anything. All right, so just let me know what y'all want to cover, and every Friday I'll be here, probably just as skeezy because it's Friday, and I'm just all kind of nasty by the time I'm finished with horses and working out and all that stuff. But anyway, all right, well, thank y'all for joining me, and I'm going to save this, hopefully, and post it, and then post it on Instagram. That's my hope, because I don't really know what I'm doing technology-wise. Anyway, I'm going to put my hat on and same time. What do y'all think about the time? Y'all literally tell me, because I don't schedule clients on Friday evening. So from 3 on, I can do it. I didn't want everybody to be mentally checked out. So that's why Melissa said do it earlier. I was thinking when everybody got off of work, but y'all are probably drinking by then. So, or a different day. So you guys let me know. Tuesday and Thursday is my client day, but Monday and Wednesday might be an option. All right, y'all have a wonderful, merry, holly, jolly, Santa Claus, chocolate, wine covered weekend. And Pixie, I will see you Sunday. All right, bye.